Hello, neighbor. I'm the Skeptical Scotsman. Yes, that was meant to be creepy as fuck. It was done on purpose. I just thought, what's the creepiest thing I could do? Maybe a mix of the dude from Family Guy and Mr. Rogers. Hello, children. Welcome to my neighborhood. To me, it just sounded fucking creepy as shit in my brain. You tell me, is it creepy? All right, today on The Skeptical Scotsman, I would like to talk about the indefensibility of stupidity. Like I have stated before in one of my other podcasts, excuse me, I had a drink here. This is a little dry. All right. Get the vocal cords nice and hydrated. And then it'll be like I sound like Optimus Prime the first time something bad happens. It'll be like, release the Autobots. Anyway. Okay. Here's the thing. A lot of Republicans have been shouting that they're going to do this, that, and the other. And I was listening to Meet the Press this morning. And the guy in charge of the Federal Reserve, white older guy, glasses, kind of tall, he was saying that we are not headed towards a recession. That everything is looking great and all these bullshit talking points. Okay, well, I'm glad that President Trump told you to say whatever the fuck he wanted you to say, but that doesn't mean it's actually true. He doesn't care about the economy. As long as he's rich and he can see himself as being perceived as powerful, he's okay with whatever the fuck else is going on. And like when what happened to those Republicans who, the moment Joe Biden had one down quarter, and I'm not kidding, one down quarter fiscally, all of a sudden we're in a recession. They just won't call it that. Trump does it. No, we're not anywhere near a recession. The fuck you call all this then? Prices keep going up, you fucking mook. Anyway, yeah, for all those people who are saying, oh, we're not going down. What fucking boat are you on? Are you on the high end of the Titanic that took the longest to fall, or what? And yes, I make the comparison of the Titanic because only he can make everything work. No, he can't. He can't make shit work. This is a guy who's claimed over 4 bankruptcies. Claimed that he is a very successful man. He's a genius, a very stable genius. I'm wondering where the fuck this stable genius bullshit comes into play with everything. Just like when Kim Davies decided to pursue fighting gay marriage because it was against her religion. So she couldn't order marriage licenses. Well, I'm sorry, lady, but you are a government employee. Ergo, when you're at work, your religious beliefs out the fucking window. Do your fucking job. They're paying your salary with those getting the marriages done. Them getting it done means money is in your pocket. Well, I can't do that. It's a sin in my religion. Well, here's another step up to you. What do Jesus and the Bible say about homosexual marriage? I'm listening. Oh, that's right. Not a motherfucking thing, because it doesn't exist. Yeah, there's no verse that references homosexuality in the Bible. And for those who say, well, it says in this verse, a man shall not lay with another man like a woman. Do you realize how many fucking times that's been edited to sound like that? What are you, stupid? Just like all these people. Well, my Bible says it this way. For all the people chasing modern Bibles and saying, oh, these are the right ones. They're no more right than the King James Version was, or the Constantine Bible was. They're both inaccurate. They were both written in a fucking time before equality was a thing. Like the King James Version, I believe, was done in 1604, and the Constantine Bible was done in 334 AD, I believe. Could be a little wrong. But yeah, these books were written long after the records were already taken down. And for all of you, those who say, well, this is the Word of God. Okay, explain all the errors. There are over 1,000 mistakes in the Bible. There are several places in the Bible where it says if you write past this point, it's a sin against God. Well, 10 points in the Bible alone in the Old Testament kind of negate that. For all of you who say, well, it's a matter of how it's interpreted. You mean how every pastor, or most every pastor in the Christian religions, there are many branches of Christian religion, how most of them claim you're going to hell unless you believe in God the way that particular church and that pastor does. And as much as y'all hate to admit it, or as much as you guys don't want to admit it, that's being judgmental, dumbass. You're passing judgment, and I get it. You don't want anybody doing anything other than what you're doing, but you're not respecting thy neighbor. I'm guilty of that. I will not say I'm not guilty of that because I'm not that dumb. But yeah, I've heard so many goddamn things for people. Well, Kim Davies should get her way because they violated her constitutional rights. No, it's not. Okay, you go to Walmart. You're Islamic. You're not allowed to touch certain things. They give you gloves. Religious exemption. They're not going to let you pray 5 times a day to Allah in the middle of a fucking rush. It's just not going to happen. And they pray 5 times throughout the day. I get that. I'm not that stupid. I deal with Muslims on a pretty frequent basis at my job. But that's not our hide nor hair. The only thing I don't disrespect is their damn prayer rugs. If I know something's a prayer rug, I avoid it like Black Death. You will not ever catch me touching one of them, because I don't want to deal with the hassle of having a tenant or anybody else yell at me. So I don't touch them. I go around them, I'll do everything else but touch them. Now, having said that, for all of you who say that, well, they like Sharia law. For those of you invoking the Sharia law argument, Christian nationalism, where you only worship Jesus Christ, you only go to Christian places of worship, blah, 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 a whole long list. You can only read the King James Version of the Bible. If you're telling people they will be living by Christian law that you kind of just fucking made up, it's the same thing as Sharia law, stupid. For those of you who don't know what Sharia law is that it's where it's from in the Middle East, I guess. They are religious laws that supersede everything else. We're not built on religion. We're built on freedom. One of the principles is freedom of religion, but no laws to favor or discourage other religions. Now, for those of you saying, well, Islam's not the same as Christianity, Muslims ain't the same as Christians, you're right. But trying to force everybody to be Christian and saying they have to follow by these Christian laws, same fucking thing as living by Sharia law. You're wanting your religion to dictate what happens in every case, even in cases of the state. Yeah, surprise, dumbass. What, did you think nobody knew? Or if you don't, did you, fail college? I'm still trying to figure out how so many fucking college-educated morons follow Trump. And make no mistake, there are a lot of college-educated people that follow Trump. And a lot of uneducated people who are actually highly intelligent who don't follow Trump. So when Trump says he doesn't like smart people, he doesn't like people who think for themselves. You know, people who question everything, like myself. But I digress. I need to get off of here. And I will probably do a little bit longer version of something this week. You guys have a great Thanksgiving. I will be doing beer jerky, like always. Anyway, you guys have a terrific time. Love y'all. Stay thirsty, my friends. And yeah, stay thirsty.